Hi guys, how are you? It's Rosie from Phoenix Rising by Dior. I'm here to give you a collective reading. Spirit said this is what we're doing today. I tend to ask. Sorry that the camera's a little shaky. I really do need a better setup here, but I'll figure it out one day. 1 second. Okay, I just moved the table, so hopefully that'll work. All right, guys, we're here. What's today's date? We are the 27th of May, all right? This message may be for today or around this date. Basically, whenever you see the title and it appeals to you, it's probably meant for you at that time. Guys, we have a few archangels present. We have Ramiel, Shamiel, Metatron, Jegadiah, and Samael present for today's reading. And guys, please like, share, and subscribe. If by liking and sharing, it helps the messages to circulate. And head out to people who wouldn't normally maybe click on a channel like this, so they can get the message. And if you really enjoy the content of the channel and enjoy the readings, please subscribe. You will receive notifications every single time I go live. So they guided me to this oracle deck today. Oh, did you see the orb just go by? I swear, it's crazy. I can adjust it. I can take selfies. I never see orbs, but as soon as I click play to record a video, I see orbs going through the screen. Because there's always so many energies around me. I have my high self and spirits, and God knows whoever else is around me right now. There's always entities around me. You know, I'm starting to be able to see high vibe energies. I'm kind of a guide for dark vibe energies. That is like not a guide. I spot them, but I don't really see the high vibe, the white light people. And then I'm starting to see them. So it's really pretty cool that I'm starting to see the light energy. And it's not always the dark energies, but it is good to see the dark energies because that's my job. I get rid of them. Okay, so let's see what we got here. So we got beauty, we got help from above, and we got home. And then we have ending the cycle here. And they did tell me something before we started here. Okay. I think they want, for those of you who maybe are reluctant to go to source, to go to spirit, to go to God, to the divine, I feel like they're saying, you should definitely, it's almost like it's the purest thing to do. Definitely don't feel ashamed. Maybe you feel like some things are going to ill guide you. If you do play with magic and certain sources like that, yes, you can have dark entities attach themselves to you. And as I say that, I have all these cards just flew out. Let me just double check. They are for the reading. Okay. Like this morning, I was literally explaining to my little one, you know, because she likes to pick up the pendulum and, you know, ask questions. I said, you shouldn't. And I showed her all these instructions and all these things I have to go through just to be able to speak, to source, to know that I'm of communicating with something positive, something of light. You know, that is risky. But to sit there and to pray to the divine is not risky at all. So go right ahead and do so. Let's see. Something about not loving yourself enough. Maybe you're still recovering from a rejection from someone who you thought was your person, your mate. Maybe they didn't like who you were when you showed them your vulnerable side. Okay, this is about, all right, and they're saying something about sexuality and not healing something about sexuality. So I'm going to pick up some clarifiers on this because this can mean so many things. Okay. Let's see what they mean for, at least for the collective for today. Where are they going with this? What do you mean by this? don't know why they're showing me. They put this song in my head. My God, oh why have you abandoned me? They just started singing that in my head. Maybe you feel that God has abandoned you. Maybe you, something to do with your sexuality that you haven't healed with. All right, this could mean so many things, guys. This could be somebody that you had a commitment with, a long-term commitment with. Maybe it's the... Okay. They're putting so many messages in my head. Either you used to be promiscuous and you feel that God wasn't going to... Maybe this is why you're afraid to go to God, but God always will forgive you if you ask for forgiveness. Maybe something happened to you at some point in your life that had to deal with some type of sexual trauma. This could have been at a home situation. Maybe you feel that your beauty is a curse, that people want you and always in a sexual manner, and it's something that you can't deal with. Maybe you feel like, maybe you're very, I don't know, there's a lot of cards that have to do with like being very attractive here on the table. So maybe, you find that you being very attractive is a curse, that people only think of you in a sexual manner too, and this is hard for you to deal with. I feel that, all right, let's go back to what I was first saying. I really do feel like some of you guys feel like God isn't going to help you because of something with your sexuality or something that you've done or something that happened to you in the past. But I feel like they're saying like God is like, he sees beyond all this stuff. He knows who you are. He knows who you are to your core. I feel like you feel like God is like, my God, why have you abandoned me? Maybe you feel like he's going to abandon you because of what you've done in the past. And I feel like it has something to do with sexuality. Sometimes people who experience sexual trauma feel that they need to take the responsibility of it on. It's a thing that happens with people who go through sexual trauma. So maybe you feel like you're being judged for it, even if it was trauma, or it was just yourself, your own doing. But basically they're saying God's already done with that. Like they're like, whatever, been there, done that. Okay, let's move on to the next. That's kind of how they're putting it to me. Like if you're going to feel left out in the cold, it's not going to be on God's accord. It's going to be on your own accord. All right. This is clearly with something that you have to heal. Sorry, I just got to swipe that out of the way here for me. Okay. Anything else with this deck? Yes. Okay. What about that? Explain. Tell me more. Okay, for those of you who have healed, or you feel like you've healed, or you're almost healed through this trauma and this reluctant to like go to God and go to spirit or source to guide you properly, I feel that you get reminded in your dreams. How couldn't I pay attention to the signs? How could I have been so reckless? How could I have been so reckless to run into a dark, situation? How could I have gone to this low vibrational space? Okay, this is what I'm feeling. Something in your dreams. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's almost like they're saying, don't be afraid to be vulnerable with spirit. They already know what you think. They already know what you went through. And I feel like they're saying it's time to come out to the world, guys. Like, just be you. Who cares what happened in the past? Who cares what people think of you? Who cares what you did or what you didn't do? They're saying it's time to be you. It's time to remove this false illusion of whatever people think of you. It's time for you not to give a shit, too. It's time to end the cycle of sadness. I was going to say something. They said, just wait. Okay, what's the next deck? Really? They still want to work with this deck. Okay. Really not that many cards left, but I guess there's a message in here that still needs to come out. Yes, apparently. See, they were saying, like, who gives a shit about the freaking family? Maybe we talk about this a lot. Maybe the family has judged you or would judge you or whatever the case may be. It's time to just be you and not give two shits about the family. Maybe you have to end the cycle with a family that kept you sad. It's almost like they're saying, if you really could see who you truly are, you would understand how beautiful you are inside. I feel like they're saying no more now. Any more with this deck? No, I think they just needed that one more card. Okay. What's the next deck, please? Okay. Okay. Let's see. Maybe you're afraid of changing, but they're saying it's like, it's okay to create yourself anew, guys. You have so much potential. They're saying you have so much power. You don't need to be the way you used to be. Maybe you're afraid to change. Maybe you don't know if you can change, but they're saying you can. Like they're saying you have so much vital energy inside of you that could be used for such a new you. Whoa, that's a whole bunch, but they all fell on the cards I literally just took out. But they all fell sideways. Maybe you're scared to claim the new side. Yeah, this is about you removing this mask, about not giving a shit what people think about you guys. Let people see your true self, who you were truly meant to be. But I think you're just afraid to take that step. What is it? What is it? Oh God, my hair is a mess. What is it? What's this thing, you know? What could be so scary? Like, seriously. Unless you're like me and you're dealing with demons. It's like, what could be so scary? Nothing. Nothing. I was going to say, you're not a demon hunter, are you? So what the hell could be so freaking scary? Unless you are a demon hunter and you do what I do and abolish them. But, you know, even that, like, what could be so scary? One second. Hold on a second. This is interesting. They're really kind of putting my head in like a really weird space. I just want to make sure. Explain. I don't feel like this is about a partner, but let's see. Maybe I'm wrong. See, I was right. It's not about a partner. It keeps talking about the fear of you changing who you are. It's almost like they're saying the person you have been all this time. For those of you who are resonating with this reading, well, first of all, give me a thumbs up if you are resonating with this. But for those of you who are resonating with this, it's almost like you've been somebody else this whole time. You've been, like, they just said, in a different skin. And this doesn't even make any sense to me, but that's what they said. You haven't been on the path that you were meant to be on. Like, this path wasn't meant for you. It's time to exchange. It's almost like it's time to remove, now that makes sense now, what they said before. It's time to remove the skin of who you are so the new skin can come out and everyone can see who you are for real. And even you can see who you are, truly meant to be. You're afraid to take this action forward because you're afraid to be judged, and maybe mostly by your family. They want me to tell you about how when I first started doing all this work here, nobody knew because I didn't want to be judged. And still, a large portion of my family, even though you guys all watch me, still don't know what I do. I can't say for me it's about being judged. For me at this point, it's just that I don't give a shit. Initially, it was that I was going to be judged. Now they know what I do, but I don't really talk openly about it unless the opportunity brings itself to the information, and they all look at me dumbfounded because they can't believe what I'm actually telling them. I love who I am. I love who I was meant to be. I knew that there was so much more, and then I discovered the more that I was meant to be. And initially, I guess it was the fear of being judged by the family, right? By the friends. But then this consumed me so much more. I honestly could give two shits what anybody thinks about it. The only people I don't go public with is about the church, is because they also employ me and they would strongly look down on this. But honestly, it's just ignorance because they don't understand what I do. And you know, when somebody doesn't understand something, fear is associated with it. So it's really their fear and their ignorance, and I honestly don't want to explain it. So I don't really care. And that's kind of where they're going at. It's almost like you're afraid of what people are going to think of who your new you is going to be. But you shouldn't. All right, you really shouldn't. All right, what's the next stack here? You know, for all my life, for those of you who are in fear and really resonating with this, I always wanted to know what my purpose was. And I always knew I was meant to heal. I always knew I was meant to help people, but I just didn't know how. And I'm pretty damn proud that I finally found what my purpose was and what I was meant to do. And I basically broke all the rules to get there. And it was nothing that I was raised with, nothing that my family accepts. And I don't really care because I know who I am. Everybody thinks it's always about a work thing or, you know, climbing that corporate ladder or doing this. But I'm like, no, but there's so much more to life than that. See, my work thing is church, but this is my purpose, along with singing, right? these are my purpose, but I work for the church and I sing for the church. I know it's part of my calling. It's part of God's divine plan. I'm one of his tools in that aspect. It's about going after what you really feel that God meant for you to do. Okay, is this still the deck you want me to work with? Yes, okay. Sorry, that was a very long explanation, but it's definitely part of, it's part of the reading. It's about coming out of the closet. It's about coming out of the moon, walking into the sun, taking this journey forward into who you are truly meant to be. I know a lot of you guys watch these channels and these readings because you are so preoccupied with your masculine or your feminine or coming into union and all this other stuff, but there's so much more. And this is the thing. This is the only thing, if that's the only thing you're focusing on, heart to heart, you're not going to get that, because there's more for you. Like the divine source, the universe, like there's so much more that's meant for you other than, finding a counterpart. The counterpart, if they come along, is the benefit. If you guys are truly meant to be with each other, right? It's about, what's your purpose? What is your purpose? And I feel like there's a portion of you who kind of know what your purpose is, but you're just in fear of taking that step forward. This is why I started doing these different kind of readings, because it's not only just about coming into union with somebody, even though that's why a lot of us do come here. It's about following your purpose. Hold on, let me just clarify this. Okay, all right. It's almost, all right. I know this is going to sound a little blunt, but I clarified it. They said it. It's almost like you don't want to see the truth that maybe you did just waste a lot of time focusing on just a loved one coming in for you. It was the sacrifice of your gifts that the divine has given you. Believe me, I think I said this reading, that reading that was titled God's Plans. If you're meant to have a masculine or a feminine in your life and you're meant to come into union, you will. But you're meant to do more than just that. Okay, because I'm going to guarantee you something. That if you did find this masculine, then what? Or this feminine, then what? Then what happens? Isn't there more after that? What's the next step? Do you have a divine purpose? Do you just sit there and wait and stare at each other? Like, then what? There's so much more, basically, is what they're saying. Like, stop wasting your focus just on that. There's a bigger picture here at play. And I guess for those of you who I'm speaking to, you do have a bigger picture, because they wouldn't be making me say this to you, and you probably wouldn't be on this page or my channel if there wasn't a bigger purpose for you. What's the next deck? Okay, they haven't done this in a very long time. They want me to use the book. They used to let me use the book a lot when, this is my spiritual response therapy book. A lot of different charts in here. I guess they want me to show you a message in the book. Hopefully I can see it, because it's a little bit dark in here. The words are small and I don't have my glasses out. So let's see. If I have to, I will stop the video and get glasses. This takes a little bit of time, so please bear with me for those of you who want to hear this message. Okay, telling me to go to different charts. Okay, What do you want to show the viewers, the collective here? Hate. Okay. Hate and anxiety. All right. Hold on a second. Just, okay. Hate and anxiety, I guess, of moving forward, they're saying, is a low vibrational energy that you shouldn't want to be in. That's what you're saying, right? Do you have anything else on this chart for them? No? Okay. What else do you want to tell them? Anything else in this book? No. Anything else in the cards? Okay. That was a quick message from the book. I guess they're realizing the cards might be faster. Okay. What's the next deck? Ooh, thunderstorm coming. You hear it? Heat lightning. It is warm. It's pretty humid out today, actually. If you don't stand on your purpose, how can you truly build a strong foundation of who you are as a person? That's actually pretty freaking huge. So basically, you'll never have a solid foundation unless you go after your divine purpose. Unless you go after what it is you were truly meant to do here on this earth. I don't know what it's going to be. For everybody, it's going to be different. But it's almost like you'll never get what the universe is meant to give you if you don't go towards this mission, I guess. Or see? Destiny in reverse. You just can't make this shit up. This is them, I am a medium. This is them just clarifying what I'm saying to you guys. You'll never get what's destined to you if you don't go through with all this. Remember what Spirit just said to you in the book. Fear and anxiety and that stress that's associated with you going after what you know you're meant to do is a very low vibrational energy. And for those of you who pride yourself that you're high vibing, you need to think about that. Oh, wow. A card flipped in the deck. 1. And they just put the song. Oh, 1 is the loneliest number that I ever knew. Maybe you're in fear of being alone by going after the thing that you're passionate over. And as I just said, that the screen just changed. Now it just changed again. That was so weird. Oh, it's weird. The lighting is changing. Again, you going after this thing might make you be alone for a short time. But then what will that do? It will attract the peoples who are meant to actually be in your life. I met somebody the other day, and she said to me, I feel like I'm meant to be in your life and you're meant to be in my life. The first time I ever met each other, and Spirit said, yes, you are. If I wasn't on this path, we wouldn't be meant to be in each other's life. See, you're going to grow. And what did I say? Look, you can't make it up. I said, maybe you're going to be alone. But by you starting this new foundation, you will find your people. Your people. You will not find your new harvest, your new group. The people who are vibing the same way you are. And isn't that what you want anyway? Not to deal with fake people who you have to be fake around. You will grow again. For those of you who fear, see, this is what this reading is really about. about being in fear of going after what it is that you are meant to do. Everything else, the partners in union, it comes in to fruition when you follow your path. But if you don't follow your path, you're never going to get... Oh, that's what they told me. Thank you, Spirit. Before I tuned in today, they said, we are going to talk about the program that you created, you, before you were even born. If you don't follow your path, you're not following the path that you intended for your life to be. The path, the plan that you put into place before you were even conceived in your mother's womb. My ears are ringing. I feel like some of you guys, your ears are probably going to be ringing right now too. You had a desire to go after something before you were even set foot on this planet. If you stay in this fear and anxiety, you'll never achieve it. Sometimes you need to be a little bit like an Aries and just take that leap forward into something you truly feel is for your highest good. All right, guys, I'm calling that a wrap. Love and light, guys. I'm going to try to get in here a little bit more, but I do have a busy weekend, so if not, you'll definitely see me next week. All right.